I thought it said 15. I thought it said 13. I thought it said 18. Going 13, going on 14. You know, it's never just, hey, she's 13.
Knew I screwed up talking to a girl that age. I knew. I'm not stupid. I'm not no creep, but.
Oh yeah, you are an idiot. This is, I'm not stupid, but I'm not no fucking creep. Yeah, you are an idiot.
Is in jail and receiving.
I knew I screwed up talking to a girl that age. I knew. I'm not stupid. I'm not no creep, but.
Not no fucking creep. Yeah, okay. You're the one to judge that. Okay, you're definitely the. You're definitely, you know. You definitely didn't show up, and you know you're not on perverted justice. You're not on Dateline, you know, to fucking you know, have everyone see this. You know, you're not a creep. No, definitely not. You're just misunderstood, man. And that's it. That's it. That's the final fucking TCAP Predator. You know, even though I didn't watch these live, you know, when they came out, I still get a little bit of sense of, you know, sadness. Not sadness, you know, I don't fucking feel. I don't feel anything. Just making a little joke here. Not even a joke. It's just whatever. You know, I still feel like a sense of like it hits me a little bit. You're like, oh man, this is it. This is it. And did they know? I don't even know if they knew at the time that this was it. Probably, I would imagine they did. Because this is kind of like, this wasn't even like a full TCAP episode. It was like half of something else, and like something about the Iraq War or something like that, and then the other half was about TCAP. Like it was just kind of like thrown together at the last minute or something like that. And you know, but that's it. That's pretty much it. Michael Patterson, not much really. I don't think there's anything about him outside of this. You know, I don't know if he has anything else. Like, I don't know if there's been an updated picture of him or what. Maybe we got an RSO photo or something. Like, there's this picture. Oh yeah, there's this picture. There are a few pictures. Okay, yes, there are a few pictures now that I see these again. Like, there's this one, and yeah, right. That's the other one we just saw. What the fuck is this? TCAP coupon? What the fuck? I'm not gonna click that. I don't know what the hell it is. And there's that one. Right, I don't know. Candid Fellow got a bunch of these, right? But yeah, I mean, not much really. Just some the odd occasional photo. There he is, just fucking ashamed. Oh man, standard operating procedures. Got glasses now. Failed his eye test. And, but yeah, that's it. Yeah, pretty much it. So I don't know if he's just living in the state now. What is this? Top 10 Preds to turn someone onto TCAP with. Lauren, Verlando, Palumbo, Marvin Lacan, Ham Bubger, Stacy Cannelly, spelled incorrectly, Jerry Kosis, Cyber, Twin Toilet. That's not a bad list. I don't know who made this. That's not a bad list. Yeah, that's probably good. I would put Lee Greer in there somewhere. Probably over Twin Toilet. As much as I love Twin Toilet, I think Lee Greer is a very good starter Predator because, you know, it's kind of, I've said it multiple times. I think it just really shows what's really good about TCAP. You know, you get the dumbass excuses. You got this fucking fat ass who's, you know, way in over his head, thinking that someone would be into him, and you know, and then you get a pretty good arrest as well. And you get some good Hanson zingers in there as well. So I would put Lee Greer in there, but that's okay. Alright, here we go. This is going to be a look at Maurice Woolen. Dr. Maurice Woolen. What's up, Doc? Oh man, just click off the video right now. From the Petaluma, California sting. One of the most notable predators, one of the most, you know, well-recognized predators, very high profile, and one of my personal most hated predators. I hate this guy with a passion. This is gonna be, this is gonna be a good one, I think. You know, I'm probably gonna get a little bit heated, but it's okay. Maurice Woolen, yeah, one of the biggest just assholes that showed up on this show. And he deserved a lot more than what he ended up getting. Yeah, I really, in terms of the predators that I wish got the book thrown at them, like, you know, got a sentence like the Georgia Predators did, or like the Kentucky Predators did, Maurice Boland would probably be at the top of that list, or close to the top of that list. So let's just get into it here.
This guy's coming in. That could be the doctor.
And just look at the way he walks, man. You can tell that this guy's a nerd, you know, just by the way he walks. Not much confidence at all in that walk. It's just a
That could be the doctor.
very lanky, you know, walk. I don't know what it is. Like, that just seems very unnatural looking. I mean, it just seems like a very unnatural walk. Yeah, I'm not sure though. That's kind of weird. Not the most confidence, you know, given off right here. Just not good.
Go to Mark 3. Come towards you.
And I love that right there. He takes one last look before he walks in. You know, it's like, hey, you gotta make sure that nobody knows what's going on here. No neighbors or any passersby, you know, who want to play a hero card or anything. He takes one last look in, and his life is gonna change forever. I mean, you could have turned around, Maurice. You could have turned around, buddy, but no, you didn't. And he's like, oh man, I wasn't gonna do anything. But yeah, very, very sneaky right here is Maurice Boland. You know, he's a dickhead, a douchebag all around. That last look in is kind of, you know, representative. You know, he knows that he has so much to lose if he gets caught. He knows that he has a lot to lose. But he's doing it anyway. Oh, Maurice, what are you doing, dude?
Hey, made it. Come on back. Good, how are you?
This man is 48 years old, married in a prominent San Francisco.
And I like this decoy. I do like this decoy a lot, actually. I think she's probably yeah, she's probably towards the top of my decoy list. But one thing that's really unnatural here is that she asked him, oh, how was the drive, you know? And they ask that a lot, and that's because they're like adults, right? And they kind of know that, hey, if, you know, that's kind of standard conversation to make, but no 13-year-old would really care about how bad the traffic was. That's just kind of what I was, you know, what I would say anyway, you know. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I didn't really care about traffic or whatever, you know. I had my music on in the backseat, jamming out. You know, I couldn't care less if there was traffic, you know. Why would I care? And I don't think a 13-year-old would care either, you know, in this situation. But who knows? Who knows?
Physician. It's hard to believe that someone of his stature would show up to meet a girl who said she was 13 and then follow her into the backyard where she invites him to go in her hot.
Chris Hansen says, you know, it's hard to believe, but is it really that hard to believe? I mean, from one thing that we've seen in the show, I mean, at this point in the show, we've already seen Rabbi David Kaye, of course. He was probably the first memorable or most prominent man in society, you know, in terms of his job and everything like that. But is it really that surprising to me? I mean, is it really that surprising to see that somebody with a high stature is going to try to score with an underage person? I don't think it's that shocking, honestly. I mean, I understand that this is, hey, mainstream news and they want to, you know, go for the shock value. But I mean, if you just turn on the news, at least in the past few years, I mean, you know what some people do, man, in high status. I mean, not even to get into like a religious whole thing here, because it's not just them, but you know, you hear about so many Catholic priests, teachers, you know, and that's just the surface of it. That's just what gets, you know, caught, you know. It's not that shocking to me to see that this happened. I don't know, but yeah, he's a dickhead.
Tub.
And I love this right here. I do love it.
Hey, drink. I'm actually gonna put on my suit, so maybe we can get in the hot tub so it's all warm.
Oh no! What a tease!
Earlier. The girl was really a perverted justice
they did
equal.
that on purpose to get you to watch the rest of the segment. That's very clever right there. Dateline NBC, very clever right there. You know, they knew that he was gonna spill the drink, but no, they're like, nope, we're not gonna show it yet. Oh man.
Boy pretending to be 13, using the screen name Tall Dreamy Doc. He lies and says he's 29.
Very interesting also. No profile picture. On his chat log right here. No profile picture. He knew that, hey, he can't pull this off. He can't pull the whole 29 thing off. And this just kind of shows me, you know, the type of ego that Maurice Wolin has. You know, he's got a huge ego. He's very full of himself. And at the same time, he doesn't even have the confidence to put his real picture up there. Like, if you're gonna talk a lot of shit, if you're gonna say that you're call yourself a tall, dreamy doc, which, I mean, it might just be a bad picture, but I don't think he disqualifies as a tall, dreamy doc. And if you're also gonna pull off 29, gonna try to pull off 29, you gotta have something to back it up, and you can't just show up there, bald, clearly not 29, clearly not dreamy, dressing like a fucking with your polo shirt tucked in too high on your too high jeans. You can't do that, Maurice. Not gonna work. And so he's full of shit here. You know, if you're gonna have a huge ego, you have to back it up. You know, you can't just flounder like that. And this was before, I believe, before he had the toupee. He did try the toupee look a bit after this on the dating sites. He took a registered, one of his RSO photos, he's wearing the toupee. So yeah, he was clearly open to the idea at some point. But you know, it is interesting too, because why wouldn't he bring, if he had the toupee at this point and he didn't bring it, why wouldn't he have brought it? For one thing, I think he drives a convertible. So it's possible that he didn't want it to fly off when he was driving. That's something. And he's also going into the hot tub. And you don't want you don't want it to fall off in the hot tub. You just don't want that to happen. So it's possible that he also did that as well. If he had the toupee at all. It's open to debate whether or not he actually had the toupee at all at this point. Let's continue.
Remember, he's really 48. He asks the girl, what bra size do you wear? She says 30B, but it's kind of big on me right now. I'm still growing. He replies, I will kiss them. He goes into graphic detail about giving and receiving oral sex, and later says, I'm horny for you, and asks her to masturbate while thinking of him. He tells her several times he could get into trouble, but it isn't enough to stop him from...
Yeah, so he clearly knows everything is wrong. It's like, really, Maurice, I understand that you aged horribly. Your wife probably isn't too into you nowadays. You get like one blowjob a year, and that's it. You know, I understand that, Maurice. But that doesn't make it okay to do this to a 13-year-old girl, to say this stuff to a 13-year-old girl. You know, oh man, my wife doesn't give me any more attention anymore. You know, I had bad genes. You know, I lost my hair at 48 years old. You know? Maurice, I mean, it's okay. You're 48. You're kind of past the prime of your life anyway, you know? You're not going to just be a stud forever, you know? Unless you're, you know, I don't know, unless you're fucking rich and famous. But he does have the rich thing going on, too. He is pretty rich at this point, actually. Of course, being a cancer research doctor. Which just shows, hey, it just shows that you can be a fucking idiot. But still get far in life, you know? He's a fucking idiot. An underrated, underappreciated fucking idiot. And he fucking hired lawyers, dragged the whole process out just to ultimately plead guilty. Like, fuck you, Maurice Wolin. Fucking asshole.
If there is to be more bloodshed,
from coming over and helping himself to a drink.
So where are you coming from?
Him from coming over and helping himself to a drink.
Now we know why Maurice struggles with the older women, you know, because he's a fucking klutz. As I almost fucking yank my headphones out. Jesus Christ. One sec, alright. I think we're okay. But, Yeah, he fucking spills the drink, and now you'll see him just. This is a great fucking meltdown right here. And he'll be like, "You got a towel?"
So where are you coming from?
San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah,
Look
so
at
there
him.
probably was a lot of traffic.
He's so flustered. Like it's a fucking catastrophe. You know that if this happened like in a bar or something, Maurice Woolen, like if he's on like a beachfront resort, let's say, if this happened in real life, you know that this fucking asshole right here, Maurice, would just be like, "Excuse me, sir, your margarita's all clumpy. You made me spill all over myself. I demand a refund." Like, just having a fucking spaz attack, you know? This just tells me that this guy has never really had any issues in his life, you know? He spills a drink, and he's just like, he's all flustered, hyperventilating. You got a towel? Fuck you, Maurice Woolen. Asshole.
As the doctor looks for a towel,
He looks for a towel, he walks right by one. I don't know. Walks right by a towel right here. Even the decoy says, the decoy has good spatial awareness, I guess, to recognize, hey, there's a towel on the chair. No, this fucking moron just walks behind there and sees Chris Hansen and the camera crew. I mean, this is a pretty bad setup, I must say, for this house. I think this is a pretty bad setup. You know, a lot of it's not very well spaced out. You got the hot tub here. I think the ultimate goal was to get a predator to get into the hot tub, which would have made for great television, I think. But it's not the best place to try to have an interview. But you know, you see this. I gotta take off.
Dateline's camera crew.
I gotta take off. I mean, one of the big missed opportunities, you know, it is highly debated in the TCAP community. Would Maurice Woolen have stayed for an interview? We know that he talks to the police. Fucking for some godforsaken reason. He talks to the police. Thankfully he did, because it's fucking great. But would he have stayed to talk to Chris Hansen? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Maybe if Chris Hansen gave off, really turned it to another level and gave off the whole fake cop, or pretending to be a cop but I'm not really a cop look, maybe he would have. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on this. I would lean towards no, he wouldn't. Stay for an interview, but I could see him staying for an interview. It's probably one of those 50-50 things, as Dustin McFetridge once said, and now he puts his sunglasses back on and flips out. This is great.
I need to talk to you for a minute.
He runs,
Fucking nerd.
but he doesn't get very far.
Get his shoes.
I wasn't doing anything. So let's just watch this again here. He's like, oh jeez. He like, puts his hands up like, oh jeez, guys, I can explain, but it doesn't matter when you got guns pulled on you, Maurice. It doesn't matter if you can explain. You know, when you have a gun drawn on you, you put your fucking hands up and you do this. And right here, really obnoxious also. Really obnoxious is the sunglass smash. Really fucking obnoxious, you know? Those are probably really expensive sunglasses. It's not even really about that, you know? But he has no respect for his possessions, you know? If this is any indication of how things go with his wife, with his children, fuck that, you know? He flips out, you know? He's breaking shit. Just because, hey, something's not going right. I gotta break something, you know? Oh, I can pay for it later, you know? That's not very nice, Maurice. You know, there are a lot of people that would have liked to have those sunglasses. And you think, like, in the evidence room, for instance, they're like, damn it, man, we could have had sunglasses. Dude, nice designer sunglasses, but no, this cunt had to go. Oh, man, you know I'm pissed when that word comes out. But they're like, oh, if this jackass didn't, if he didn't smash his sunglasses, one of us could have gotten some free sunglasses out of it, you know? But it's really obnoxious too, because if this guy wasn't a high standing member of society, he would have gotten tackled for doing that. You know that, right? He's a skinny white dude. I mean, they're not gonna give him any trouble for doing that, you know. But if it was like a big fat dude, perhaps someone of a different race, for instance, maybe they would have tackled the guy, maybe stun gunned the guy. Yeah, it kind of shows the a whole different issue in its own. But yeah, really obnoxious, the smashing of the glasses, and but it is a great meltdown. I would say it is a really great meltdown. On the ground.
Get on the ground.
Get his cage. And again, right here, he's got the fucking cell phone on the belt. I don't know why that was ever a fucking look. It's horrible. You know, you're so important. We get it, Maurice. You're so fucking important that you need to keep your cell phone on your belt for easy access, you know? It's not like when it's in the pocket, you know, it's that much more inconvenient, you know? I don't know why that was ever fucking it makes no sense. Maurice is not handling things pretty well.
And like all the other men caught in this investigation,
He wasn't doing anything. You are a horrible, horrible person, Maurice. You are only crying because you got caught. You knew everything. You knew what you were doing. You knew all the risks. You knew everything. You said, oh, what size bra are you? Oh, kind of big on me. I'm still growing. I will kiss them, you know? You're a horrible person, Maurice. Horrible. Look at all this right here. You did all of this. It's not anyone's fault but your own, you know? I wasn't doing anything. Please, Lord.
car salesman to engineers to Marines, he goes through the same procedure. First stop, the booking station.
What am I being booked for?
What am I being booked for? You know, so demanding, Mauricio. What am I being booked for? Shut up. No one's at liberty to answer these questions for you, Maurice. This guy, they're too nice. Honestly, they're too nice, you know. I understand that, hey, you know, he has rights. I understand that. But I just wish, for this one instance, where I would support, you know, police brutality, anything like that. The one instance, maybe a few of the other predators as well, but this guy especially, he's coming in there demanding to know everything. He thinks he's above everybody in this room. Fuck you. You just got charged with being a predator, yo, essentially. Comes in there, walks in there, the first thing he says, what am I being booked for? Again, fucking hyperventilating, needs to know everything. Horrible. Horrible.
My wife? You can do that after this.
Can I call my wife?
The police ask routine personal questions, but the doctor appears distracted. Nothing's sinking in.
You're going to talk to a detective and just...
Yeah, I explained that to him already. He's just not, he's failing to...
I'm not failing. I'm just really scared.
So he's like, I've explained it to you 4 times already. He's not getting it, you know? He's like, Maurice is not a person who is with the average Joe, you know? He doesn't spend enough time with the average Joes to know things like this, you know? He comes home, he works with a bunch of other higher up assholes, and you know, he probably sits back on his boat on the weekend, you know, sipping champagne and, you know, fucking being a creep online. He doesn't spend enough time with the average Joes, except when he's at like a grocery store and something's not right. He's complaining for a manager, you know, yelling at someone who makes minimum wage. Like, fuck you, you preschool. I love this right here, though.
He's failing to...
I'm not failing. I'm just really scared. Nothing to be scared about.
Nothing to be scared of. That is a fucking great line. You know, I think the cop is just kind of having some fun with it right there, you know. Nothing to be scared of. And even Maurice realizes that it's bullshit, too. He comes back and says, nothing to be scared of?
You scared about?
No.
I'm somebody who has never done anything in my life. You died a traffic ticket, and you wouldn't be scared. You're in some trouble. Huh?
Look at how ugly this guy looks, man. Oh, he is not looking good. He's not tall, not a dreamy doc by any means, but yeah, he's like, again, he's trying to pull the, I haven't done anything wrong in my life, I'm an upstanding citizen, you just let me go. And that's kind of like what Alan Chornay says, he said the same thing, although not really. He said, like, I've been married 34 years, that's why I'm asking if I can be given any type of break, It's not how it works. It's not how it works. These idiots, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in big trouble, and I feel like I made maybe a mistake, but I didn't do anything.
He's Dr. Maurice Wolin, head of clinical research and medical affairs for a pharmaceutical company. He's not happy about seeing our cameras.
I'm here in handcuffs. I have pictures being taken of me left and right. I don't know what I'm being accused of.
He's then taken in for questioning by Detective Steve Nelson of the Petaluma Police Department.
The first thing I'm going to do is explain to you your Miranda rights, okay? Okay.
It's like he's like, oh man, you really have to go through this formality. I'm telling you, I'm innocent, He's got that look on his face. Fucking asshole. Fucking asshole.
Remain silent.
At first, the doctor agrees to talk.
So, I'd like to talk about what happened today, okay?
But he quickly changes his mind.
What screen name did you use?
You really need to have an attorney.
I think it's because he's embarrassed to say it. He knows that, he's gonna get judged once he says that, hey, no, it's all creepy doc. He's gonna get judged for it. So he's like, I think I need to have an attorney, I think. And Maurice screws himself too. Because he drags out this legal battle so long. He really screws himself. I don't know why he's talking. He continues to talk. I don't get it.
Okay.
But despite asking for an attorney, he chooses to keep talking.
You asked to talk to an attorney, okay? I'm not going to discuss this further because I can't, unless you want to waive your right to have an attorney present.
The detective asks him 4 more times if he's waiving his right to an attorney.
I will answer what I can.
And each time he agrees and continues to talk.
It's mind-blowing, it is bonkers, man, It's such a powerful right, actually. People don't realize how powerful of a right it is, but it actually is. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. It's pretty clear right there. Anything you say can and will be used against you. There's no helping yourself. It's not, the wording, they could make it a little bit clearer, but it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to know what that means. It blows my mind. This guy's supposedly very smart. You can't be a doctor without going to school, medical school, right? You can't unless you're in some back alley shit. Unless you're doing that. I don't think he did that at this point yet, anyway. But it's really interesting because it just, again, I said it earlier, but it just shows that you can be a fucking moron.
Fetch me their soul. Time for dogs to play. It's bullet. Learn obedience. Fire is good, but I could do without smell of rotting flesh.